Hi. Creating quality megacities on your PC or Mac usually requires a huge amount of RAM. Happily, from version 5.0.2 onward, MEGA-CITIGEN is now capable of creating megacities on average PCs or Mac, such as those with 16 GB of RAM. This benefits even users of high-spec workstations. It means they can work more efficiently and faster. So, please follow along as we explore how to build megacities with average-spec PCs or Mac. Chapter 1: Installation. Before updating the add-in, you must uninstall the previous version. Let's go to the Preference tab to check if there's any previous version. If you find a previous version, uninstall it. Now drop the latest installation zip file to your Blender's viewport. The installation is complete, and it's best to save preferences to keep the MEGA-CITIGEN active. Chapter 2: Creating a new megacity. First, choose one of the presets and press Initiate a parametric city, and click OK. Click Edit Parametric City to start editing. From this side view, we can understand what makes the bridges and what makes the ground. Edit the city as if they are simple mesh planes and lines. Mesh lines will become bridges and main roads, while mesh planes turn into city sections. You can scale, loop cut, copy, rotate, extrude, move, subdivide, add another plane, delete, or do anything you would do in a regular Blender mesh editing. Now, let's connect the bridges to the ground. When buried underground, the mesh lines turn into manually defined roads. You can click Show Streets to have a preview of the final road blocks. But it's best to keep it turned off when working with average-spec computers. Now click Convert to Parametric City to convert mesh planes and lines into a city. From version 5.0.1 onward, all instances are now automatically hidden by default. This makes it possible to navigate even on average-spec computers. If you run into odd-looking city blocks, simply go back to the editing mode and move the nearby vertices or lines a little. Now, let's try changing the resolution to add more details to the city blocks. Smooth hard checkbox might need to be unchecked, depending on the final look of the city that you want. You can control the final look of the streets by merging blocks amount settings. The closer to 0, the more the city streets will look like even squares. Usually, values between 0.2 to 0.7 seem to produce the most natural-looking results. Now, let's discuss how to add small gardens, or city parks, or empty blocks to this city. To do that, we need to have a more detailed base mesh. Let's go back to the editing mode and subdivide the ground mesh 3 times, and lower the resolution to 0. To assign a park or garden, select a vertex or vertices in the center of the desired area and click Add Green Blocks. All mesh faces sharing that vertex will become gardens with trees. Likewise, to assign an empty block, select a vertex in the desired area and click Empty Nearby Blocks. You might need to click through variations to find the look of the gardens or empty blocks that you want. And you can change the overall height of the city skyline by changing Building Level Count control. If you want to get a closer view of any part of the city, change the cursor as shown in this video, click the location you want, and click Move into Cursor Location. Now navigate to a view that you want. Now let's set up crowds and vehicles. To activate the crowds and traffic control menu, we need to have the city object selected. To do that, let's change the cursor and click the city. Now here comes what's new in MEGA-CITIGEN 5.0.2. Rather than trying to adjust the settings of the crowds and vehicles directly, let's click Bake Scene for faster rendering. Now the scene has been baked into 16 different layers and a collection of instances. Now look at the view layers. If your view layers are missing some viewport buttons, you should activate them like this. Now, let's start with adjusting the animation of the pedestrians on the riverside. Let's turn off all layers and the instances collection, except the buildings, the ground, and the layer for the walking crowd on the riverside. Click at the tip of a foot to mark its location. And move to 5 frames later. Let's adjust the setting pedestrians on Riverside speed to keep the tip of the foot at the cursor location. Now let's do the same with people on building sidewalks. Let's turn off this layer and turn on people on street layer. And do the same. Let's check the animation of the rest of the vehicle layers and fix them. In this way, you can adjust the animations almost in real time even with average-spec computers. Additionally, you can choose to remove the rooftop props by activating the rooftop layer and clearing the rooftop props collection in this section. Once the changes are complete, it's time to go back to the regular mode by clicking Free MEGA-CITY. I've forgotten to mention this. If you're working with average-spec computers, it's best to keep your viewport in solid view rather than material shading view when you are about to click Bake Scene for faster rendering, Free MEGA-CITY, or add logical details. Otherwise, your Blender might crash, since material shading view will take up extra memories on your computer. Now, we have one more step left to complete designing this megacity project. Click Add Logical Details. Now, here's another important step if you are working with average-spec computers. Once the Add Logical Details is complete, click Hide All Instances to speed up viewport. Now, it's a great idea to add this new city to the presets. Find your most memorable view of the city and go down in the menu and click Save City as a preset. Now it's complete. Let's go to the preset and find your city. There it is. You see, the name of the preset comes from the name of the object of your city. Let me show you where your city has been saved as a preset. By default, it will be in MEGA-CITIGEN's installation folder in the folder named Projects. Let's compare how much disk space your city takes up as a preset, compared to its regular Blender project file. It's about 1 megabyte. Now let's compare that with our regular Blender project file. It's 461 megabytes. So, it takes 461 times less hard disk space if you save your city as a preset. Now let's close our project file and start anew with this preset, and set up animation rendering in our next video with average-spec computers. After that, we'll explore how to move this project to Unreal Engine 5. Thank you for watching.